Hi, today in this video you will learn what is DBMS schemas or three-level architecture of DBMS. So let's get started. So start with introduction. What is database schema? So database schema is a design of a database, or you can say it's a logical view of the entire database that defines how the data is organized and how the relation among them are associated. So database schema here is an overall description of the database. It formulates all the constraints that are to be applied on the data. And when the designer who designed the DBMS help the programmers to understand the database and make it useful. I hope you understand what is DBMS schemas. It is in a design of a database that will give you the descriptive details of the database that defines how the data is organized, how the relation among them are associated. So there are mainly three levels of DBMS schemas: internal level, conceptual level, or external level. So here you can see three-level architecture of DBMS or DBMS schemas. So first I will define internal or physical schema. So here internal schema define the physical storage structure of the database. The internal schema is a very low-level representation of the entire DBMS. It contains multiple occurrence of multiple type of internal records. So this internal level is the lowest level of data abstraction. It helps you to keep the information about the actual representation of the entire database, like actual storage of the data. For example, the data on a disk in the form of records. Internal view tells us what data is stored in the database. Now next is conceptual or logical schema. So this conceptual schema describes the database structure of the whole database for the community of users. This schema tells information about the physical storage structure and focusing on described data types, identity, relationship, etc. Now next is external level. So this level is a part of the database which a specific user is interested in. It hides the unrelated details of the database from the end users. So this external level is related to the data which is viewed by the end users. And this is the nearest level of the user. The external schemas define the segments of the database which is needed for a certain user groups, hide the remaining details from the database from the specific user group. So here in internal level, this represents how data is stored physically on disk storage. In logical level, it defines how the data is organized in terms of table and how the different attributes in the different table link them. And external level, it shows how the data is displayed to the user. Now next is advantages of DBMS schema. So as you see here, each tier is distinct. So because each tier is distinct, different teams of the developer can be used. Change to the presentation layer can be made without affecting other two layers because of DBMS architecture. You can manage data independent of the physical storage because the client does not have direct access to the database or business logic. So it's a more secure. There will be no data loss if one of the tier fails because you can always access the other tier. Now next is disadvantage of the DBMS schema. Complete DB schema is a complicated design which is challenging to understand for everyone. So you can say it's because of the complicated design, it is a bit difficult for a user to understand and it is difficult to set up and maintain. I hope you like my video. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel.